Hi lads and lasses, so welcome back to Mindfulness with Millie. Hope you're all safe and well. First of all, I just want to send a lot of love out to all my humans today, because I feel like everyone just needs a boost every now and then, so nothing but love to you all. I'm so excited to do this video. We're here to talk about my favourite crystal today, as we discuss our little crystal range, which is the beautiful citrine. So the citrine, that is basically the sunstone in other words. So it is believed that it carries the power of the sun because of its beautiful golden nature and colour to it, as you can see. Because it has such a strong aura to it. So basically we cleanse our crystals pretty much judged on the universe's cycle, if that makes sense. So when you have a full moon, they say to pop your crystals outside. Obviously, if they don't get nicked, depends what area you live in. But hopefully you live in a nice area. But yeah, pop your crystals outside, and the moon will basically charge your crystals and cleanse all the negative energy off. And with the citrine, citrine often doesn't really need cleansing because it already carries the energy and aura of the sun. So that's why it's a beautiful stone to have. Citrine, because of its colours, it is the stone of joy and abundance. First of all, mentally, of course, if anyone suffers from depression, citrine is a beautiful stone for you because it's such an energy cleanser and it just brings joy into your life, if that makes sense. So it kind of just releases, your emotions and just gives you nice endorphins when you wear the stone. Of course, disclaimer, I've got to disclaim that it's not medically proven or anything like that, but with a lot of holistic healing, of course, because we don't have certificates, we can't say 3000% it is, yes, but it definitely works for so many humans around. Just ask anybody who carries crystals or citrine and they will definitely back that up. So as well as bringing you joy and a bit of sun into your life, which everyone needs now and then, we need to protect that joy when we have it. So with citrine, it is also a very powerful stone as it's an aura protector. So basically what we mean by that is you've got an auric field within your body. So obviously you've got your physical self, then around you, imagine a white light all around you. That is what we call the auric field. And that's where sometimes, if you feel really balanced one day and something happens, you can weaken your auric field, if that makes sense, or if you feel a bit down and things like that, or you let people let people's emotions get to you pretty much, so it attacks your own emotions. That's where we need to protect our auric field again. So with citrine, it's really good for that, strengthening your auric field. With your aura protector and energy vampires, that's what I want to say, that was the word. So basically anybody who put you down constantly, or you're a happy human, they're like, oh, you're too much, carry a citrine because it'll keep those energy vampires away. We want to keep our vibrations as high as possible, so we're able to manifest the best things for us and align ourselves with the universe. And who wants to be a miserable bastard at the end of the day? So carry these, keep those negative humans away from you and you'll be doing just fine. So citrine's a good lad for that as well. With citrine, as well as being the stone of joy and abundance and helping you mentally overcome any battles that you have, it also attracts things on your outer world. So of course, if you're a spiritual human, we don't often talk about wealth, but with citrine, if you've got your own business or something like that, or you want a nice gift for someone who has their own business, a citrine would be perfect because we call it the stone of wealth. So in each of your homes, there's what we call a wealth corner. Your wealth corner, so if you imagine you walk, bird's eye view, walk through your front door, the furthest left corner in your property, that is what we call the wealth corner. And that's where the most wealth attracts to your property, if that makes sense. So ours is in our kitchen, and what we've got is a lovely citrine geode in our kitchen. And it just, helps with any projects that you've got going on, or you just need balancing and just bringing it all back to you. Then it attracts nothing but wealth, and you've got that intention there. You're sending out what you want to the universe, and a citrine, it can help guide the universe through that. With it bringing wealth as well, pop it in your purse or wallet if you've got a small citrine. That can help stop unnecessary spending as well as attracting it. Like I mentioned before in a previous video, if you write down something that, say, you're trying to attract, and then pop a citrine on top of it, and then see, as long as you work hard for it, of course. I'm not saying just pop a brand new Bentley on a piece of paper and then whack a citrine on it, you'll have it. You do need to work for it as well, but you're setting out the right channels for the universe to contact you, and you can communicate with the universe that way. So that's why we call them little wealth stones too, so everyone loves that. So as well as generating success, it's also good for balancing out your body. So I'll be doing a range on how to do, say, crystal grids and crystal healings and things like that. But with your citrine, it activates 2 chakras in your body. 2, what am I doing? I'm doing gang signs here. So 2 chakras. 2 chakras in the body. So that's your crown chakra and your solar plexus. So your crown chakra is literally here above your head. If you've got a citrine point, so if I've got a more pointy one, I have indeed. Citrine point, I look like a sim. I literally look like a sim. My friend Ellen would love that, by the way. She's obsessed with Sims, so I'm a little sim there. You pop your citrine point on your head, and that basically and it activates your crown chakra. So because it's a sunstone, and when we're working on our crown chakra, we often visualize light going through to our body. So it'll go down in a lovely downward motion. And that's why citrine is so good, because you want the beautiful energy off the sun and off the divine to come down through to your body, and just to charge your body, in other words. The second chakra that activates would be your solar plexus. This is because this controls all your gut instincts. So of course, it's hard to establish the difference between anxiety and gut instinct. So with your gut instinct, sits literally by here. So just underneath your titties and literally round here, where my necklace is sitting, in other words, and there's a beautiful citrine in there. If you want one, at Mindfulnesswithmilly, you know what to do. And it sits there perfectly. And it just gives you that help with your gut instinct, a citrine does. So of course, sometimes we can get our heads can take over, and we can be like, oh no, that's reality. But carrying a citrine, it helps alert your gut instinct, and it helps your instinct to work with yourself, so you know exactly what you need to do in order to protect yourself. So like I mentioned, it's a protection stone, keep those energy vampires away. It also, tells you what's up, or if within yourself, if something's not right, you feel like a human's lying or something, everyone knows it within their body, and just trust your gut instinct. Okay, so it kind of alleviates the paranoia out of your mind and creates that solid instinct that, right, you need to add someone. And that's basically what it is, in other words. Yeah, so citrine for internal healing now, as well as your auric healing. It's really good for if you've got kidney problems. So it's really good for kidney functions, and also within your body as well. It helps with your self-esteem. So it's the stone of joy and abundance, and it will just give you a little hug, basically, in other words, and just let you be yourself and let you be confident around humans, because people don't have to prove themselves these days. It is what it is, and if you're a good human, you're a good human. And I feel like more people just need to be more confident in themselves, because people appreciate that, and people appreciate out there humans, or as they say, little weirdos, and I'm happy to be one of those. So yeah, I think it just boosts your confidence and just helps you to be you, if that makes sense. With citrine, so I've got the difference between what I've shown you is heat treated amethyst, so that's basically a citrine, but we've also got pure citrine as well, which is here. So I'd like to thank Lisa at the Crystal Haven for this. I will add it below for this beautiful piece of natural citrine. Natural citrine is really hard to get hold of, really difficult to get hold of. As you can see with the natural citrine, see all these lines here? They're called records, so they're basically the history of your crystal. So they're not damaged, don't worry, with your crystals. They're just basically the records and the history, so basically the timeline of the crystal. Yeah, so if you need any big pieces, contact Lisa at the Crystal Haven, because she's got loads of beautiful ones there. So I'll add it below. But yeah, you've got to be careful, because heat treated amethyst is similar properties as a natural citrine. But if you do want a natural citrine necklace, let me know and I can source one out for you. That is not a problem. But just be careful, because I've seen a lot of crystals online that are super cheap. Like, I mean, people are selling crystal necklaces for like £3, and they're just glass resin. So make sure you source your crystals carefully, because you don't want to be wearing a glass piece of resin around your neck, do you, at the end of the day? And I've seen like absolutely loads of horror stories with them, where they've like melted and stuff like that. So make sure you are investing in your crystals, because they are Mother Nature's healers, helping hands. That's the one I want to say. And it's worth it paying a bit more for your crystals, because you know they've been sourced ethically, and you're getting the best quality crystal for you, and that will help your healing process. Yeah, so that's basically the all round on crystals. So I hope everyone's safe and well. Stay beautiful. If you need any, tips on crystals, or your healing, or you'd like us to make a necklace especially for you, we have a range of colours and stones. So give us a holler, give us a DM, and we will help you decide your next little crystal venture. So stay safe, stay well, and speak to you all soon.